Logan here? She's not here. We have a sub today. Her name is Miss Simmons in the back, and I think that might be your mom, huh? She's in the back. And we have lots of student teachers here. My name is Miss Goodwin. We have Miss Fuller here, and Mr. Schuster in the back. And today, we're actually going to be teaching your class, because Miss Logan's not here. And I'm going to teach you guys something new, and then we're going to do a really fun activity and a game, and that's all we're going to do today. It's going to be fun. I have a few rules. I know Miss Logan has rules. I have a few rules too. When one person is talking, everyone else is listening. So as I'm sharing about the person we're learning about, I need you guys to listen and watch. And if someone else has something to say, which I would love if you guys have things to say, you'll just raise your hand. Can you handle that?
Yes.
Cool. Awesome. We are going to learn about someone named Wassily Kandinsky today. And our project is called Kandinsky Cards. Now, you'll see cards is spelled wrong. We know cards is with a C, but this project is Kandinsky. Kandinsky Cards with a K. We'll go to the next slide here. Let me turn the lights off. We're going to learn about a man named Wassily Kandinsky. Have you guys ever heard of him?
No.
Let's do this one. He was an artist, and he lived quite some time ago. Not too long, but he was actually born in 1844. So now it's what, 2011? So that was a little bit of a while ago. And you can see this is a painting of him. That's not really a photo of him. Does he look pretty serious, or does he look pretty laid back?
Serious.
He was actually a lawyer. Come on in and sit down. He was a lawyer. He went to school to become a lawyer. And then he became a professor. And when he was 30 years old, he decided he wanted to be an artist. And he grew up in Russia. Do you guys know where Russia is? Do you mind clicking to next one? Oh, actually, we'll do this really quick. I want you guys to remember how to say his name. So when Miss Logan comes back, you'll remember his name. His name was Wassily Kandinsky. And the way I remember it, it's like we pretend there's someone whose name is Din. This guy's name is Din. And he's skiing down the hill, and Din falls over, and he asks, Kandinsky, does he know how to ski? So ask your neighbor, Kandinsky.
Kandinsky.
And that's how you can remember his name, Kandinsky. No, can he ski?
No.
Doesn't look like it. All right, we can go to the next one. So Kandinsky is his name. Now here we are, way over here in Tennessee. Russia is way over here. He was in Moscow. Yeah, Asia and Europe. Russia is actually both Asia and Europe. He was part of the Europe side. So he was right over here. So he was across the world. That's where he grew up. And that's why his name is kind of different. Wassily Kandinsky. It doesn't sound like an American name, does it? We'll go to the next slide. All right, Kandinsky we'll look at his work, but his work was abstract. That's the kind of work he created. Another word for abstract is non-objective art. Have you guys ever heard of non-objective art? It's kind of a big word, but in the red, what does it say?
No object. No object.
Awesome. No object, because non-objective work is work where you can't really see dogs or buildings. There are no objects. So when we talk about Kandinsky, we're talking about non-objective art. Okay, we're going to go to the next slide. Here is one of his non-objective pieces. I want you guys to look at it for a second. And then when you're ready, you'll raise your hand and tell me a little bit about it. All right, what's your name? Lucas, what do you notice about it? What do you see?
Colorful.
There's lots of colors. Very good. I'm going to write that down. Let's see. He said that it's very colorful. Oh, what's your name? Kinsey. What else do you notice? Lots of different shapes. So we see lots of colors, lots of shapes. Awesome. What's your name?
Felicity.
Felicity. What do you notice?
There's a whole bunch of lines.
Lots of lines. You guys are hitting all the important things right now. She mentioned lines. Let's stay on lines. I want you guys to look at the lines and tell me what kind of different lines you see, because they are different. What do you notice?
Like squiggly lines.
There's squiggly lines. So under lines we have squiggly. Is that squiggly? Squiggly?
Yep.
Okay, we have squiggly lines. What else? Oh, you got it. I'm gonna. Straight lines. Yeah, lots of straight lines. lines, zigzag lines. I'm going to write zigzag down, and when I say zigzag, what I'm talking about is like this, you know?
Yeah.
Okay. So he used lots of colors, lots of lines. What do you guys notice about the sizes of the different shapes and stuff?
They're like different. They're
Okay.
like bigger and smaller.
Okay, so they're not all the same size. He has little tiny little shapes like that little red one, and then there's that big black one, right? So he uses lots of shapes. What else do you guys notice? Do you see anything else in the painting? What stands out the most to you when you look at that? I'm going to ask in the striped shirt. What do you notice? Everything's all mixed together. Okay, so what does it mean when things are kind of going on top of each other? Awesome. Everything is overlapping. We'll write that up here. Overlapping. Okay, there's one more thing I want us to point out about his work. What do you guys notice about this line right there? Let's see. Think about it. What do you notice? It's diagonal. That's good. There's something else I'm looking for. Look at the paper and then look at this line. And look at this line here. This line right here. What do you notice?
It looks kind of like it's coming off the page.
It's going off the page. I'm going to write that down. Going off the page. All right, do you mind clicking to the next one? This is another piece. What do you think of that one? It's similar. It's a little different. What do you notice about this one?
It looks like it has a boat on it.
A boat?
The yellow.
Can you stand up and can you point to it? I don't know if we have a pointer here.
That yellow.
This one right here? This. Looks like a boat?
Like a bow tie.
Oh, a bow tie. Yes, you're right. It looks like Mr. Schuster's wearing a bow tie just like that. I definitely see that in the background. Oh, a bow tie.
It's a regular tie.
No, when they go down.
Yeah, regular means regular
Yeah.
tie. Yeah.
Not a bow
Okay, this painting is called Circle Inside of Circle. Circles Inside of Circle. That's the name of this one. You can see all the little circles inside of the big circle. Okay, did you want to say something about it?
It's overlapping.
There's tons of overlapping in this one. That's good.
It's like a big collage.
Yeah, there's almost like all the shapes create a big collage. That was the kind of work he did, and can I tell you, his work sells for millions of dollars. He sells this would be in a gallery, and it could sell for $200,000. I'm not sure exactly how much this one is, but his work was very expensive. And you think all it is just circles, but he knew how to make it look really good. Yeah.
Like most of art, whenever they're dead, their art is more valuable.
That's right. It's really valuable.
Yeah,
I learned this last week. There's only Were you going to say one more comment?
Looks like it's 3D.
Yeah, it kind of does look 3, doesn't it? Just the way they're overlapping. Awesome. You guys have pointed out some really great things on the board here. Is there another slide? What you pointed out is called variety. You guys say variety with me. Variety.
Variety.
Okay. Variety is a very important word. You guys, as you go on through art classes throughout middle school and elementary, and when you get up to high school, you're going to be talking about variety. Who wants to read it for me? I'm gonna have you read it for me.
Adding is
Interest.
to a work of art by using different colors, lines, shapes, and sizes.
That's everything you guys talked about. So, does Kandinsky use variety in his work?
Yes.
All right. Now we're going to get ready to start the project we're doing. We are going to be creating our very own Kandinsky cards. They're like postcards, okay? And what we're going to do is you're going to get a piece of watercolor paper, and I'm going to show you all the steps. But before we even start that, there's one more thing I want to show you right here. This is a drawing idea. What do you think of it? Think about it for a second before you say anything out loud. There's no overlapping, that's right.
A lot of shapes.
Yeah, there are lots of shapes. What about the sizes of the shapes?
They're small.
They're all the same. Is this interesting to look at?
No.
I mean, it's colorful, but it's not that interesting. Now, I took all the exact same shapes, the same lines, and the same colors. Look up here, guys. And I did it again. What do you think? Is this one more interesting?
Yeah.
And I did everything we talked about. I did different sizes. Is this one overlapping?
Yes.
Are shapes going off the page?
Yes.
Yeah. So when we begin our cards that we're going to be making, keep in mind this one. I'm going to have this one on the board. We don't want our cards to look like this because is this interesting?
No.
No. this one is fun to look at, just like Kandinsky's is fun to look at. So what you're going to do is we're going to do the first step. You guys are going to get